question is, what is your name?
Pat McGuire.
And
Patrick.
Patrick, do you have a middle name?
Carroll. CARROLL.
Do you know why your parents named you that?
The Carroll's after my father's name, first name.
Oh, that was his first name?
Yes.
And then Patrick was a family name, or they just liked it?
I just liked it, I think.
And what? So your dad's name was Carol. What was your mom's name?
Estelle.
Estelle. That's a pretty name. Where were you born?
Snoqualmie Falls, Washington.
Did you grow up there?
Yes.
All the way through high school?
Yes.
What can you tell me about growing up there? What was some of your good memories?
Family. Had 6 brothers and sisters. So, a lot of good family time. High school was fun.
What'd you like to do in high school?
Sports and girls.
What sport did you play?
I lettered in football 2 years, my last 2 years at school. Played basketball. That's probably it.
Yeah. What about when you were younger, like grade school years? What kind of things did you like to do as a smaller child?
Ride my bike.
Pedal bike or dirt bike?
Regular bike, yeah.
Pedal bike.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Snoqualmie. Is it a smaller town?
Smaller town. It's just over the Snoqualmie Pass.
Mm-hmm.
First town you run into is North Bend. That's part of the Snoqualmie Valley. North Bend, Snoqualmie Falls, and Falls City. We're 4 grade schools that blended into Mount Si High School.
So probably size of Post Falls, give or take. I'm just thinking of a small kid riding his bike around. I know it was a different time, but...
About 1,200 people is all.
Oh, so even
Very
much
small.
smaller, yeah. And then you said you had 6 siblings, so you were one of 7?
Yes, I was second. The oldest boy and second born.
What was everybody's name?
Mary, my older sister, myself. It went girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. So, of the 7 of us.
Couldn't have worked it out better.
Correct. So, Mary, my older sister, Judy, sister below me, brother Tim, brother Jim, sister Molly, and sister Margaret, or Peggy as we called her, and sister Judy. Is that it?
I think so. It's a big family.
Yeah.
Good job at remembering them all. How old are you? I don't think I asked that.
80.
80?
Yeah.
And so you only have the one older sister. Is she still alive?
She's still alive.
And then how about all the youngers? Are
All living.
all still alive? That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And are anybody close here in Coeur d'Alene?
No.
No.
Over one sister's in North Bend, Washington, and then a sister and brother in Lacey, Washington, sister in Indianapolis, and a brother in Seattle.
So some close enough to visit easy.
Yes.
So you said you liked sports and girls. Did you have a particular class or teacher that you liked?
I liked one teacher, Mr. Knowles. He was a chemistry and algebra teacher.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was asking about
The teacher.
the teacher, your chemistry science teacher. So did you like chemistry and science, or did you just like him?
I like both, yeah.
Yeah.
And my favorite teacher, my 7th and 8th grade teacher, was male. Because up till that time I always had females, and it seemed like they were old.
Old ladies.
Yes.
Did you have many pets when you guys were kids?
Had a lot of dogs.
Do you have any that were your favorite, sticks out in your mind?
I remember one was a St. Bernard.
Oh, I love St. Bernards.
Alice was her name. Died of bone cancer, I think it was.
Hmm.
And we had some dogs that we lived near kind of a busy street and had a lot of accidents. So I don't remember cats.
No cats. Did you get in any trouble when you were a kid?
Nothing with the law.
Well, that's good. Sometimes people have funny stories, that, especially with that many siblings, that they got into some nonsense with their brothers and sisters. So I thought maybe, I'm glad you guys were good. That makes life easier with that many kids. What do you remember most about your mom?
Hard worker. Yes. My dad was a carpenter, and sometimes during the wintertime he'd be laid off because of weather. And my mom seemed like she was always working. She was worked in a grocery store, and she worked as a bookkeeper for a local family clinic of doctors. So.
And had 7 children.
And that's 7 children.
That is a busy woman. Was she a good cook?
Very good cook. And so were her sisters, all my aunts.
Did they live close?
Yes.
What was your favorite meal that your mom or your aunties made?
Mashed potatoes and roast beef.
Oh. What about your dad? So he was a carpenter.
Mm-hmm.
What else do you remember about him?
Took me to football games. University of Washington in the early 50s. I was only about 5, 6 years old. And that was a lot of fun, of course. And he came to my football games in high school. Went fishing, camping a lot. So I enjoyed that.
Where did you guys like to camp at?
A lot of the places are over in eastern Washington. Lake Perigin up in Omak, up in that area, Okanagan. And went to two Rose Bowls with them when I was in high school.
Where's that at? Is that California?
Yeah, Pasadena.
Yeah.
On January 1st, 1960 and 1961, back to back. And the University of Washington went to the Rose Bowl, so drove down for that. And I had a grandmother who lived in Pasadena, so that we had a place to stay.
Was it just you and him, or the whole family, or?
My older sister and I went one year, and another year a friend of my dad's went with, and I went with them. So.
What do you think is most about you is most like your mom? What do you think you got from her?
Well, my last career was an accountant, and she had bookkeeping skills, so I think that probably
Got that from her.
My father's carpentry skills, I didn't gain any of
You
that.
didn't get any of those?
No, unfortunately.
Then what do you think you did get from him?
Hard worker.
Yeah. So your aunties lived there. Who are some other people growing up that influenced who you were? Did you have a lot of family in the area?
Yeah, quite a few aunts and uncles, yeah.
So your parents came from big families too?
My mother was the youngest of 9.
Big families.
Big Catholic families, yes.
So what did you do after high school?
I worked in construction for that summer up right after high school, and I joined the Air Force with a good friend.
Okay. And so how long were you in the Air Force?
4 years almost at the date.
Did you have any adventures during that time?
Yes, I went to basic training in Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio, Texas. And I went to tech school in Biloxi, Mississippi. It was nice there because I was 90 miles from New Orleans, and I had a first cousin that lived in New Orleans, so I could go over there on weekends.
That is nice.
Went to Mardi Gras in 1963. Graduated from high school in 1962. Excuse me. And anyway, after my tech school in Mississippi, I went to Alaska for 2 years, Anchorage. It was through the 1964 Great Alaskan Earthquake, which occurred Good Friday of '64. Then from there, four of us who had been shipped to another location drove down the Alpine Highway in a little Corvair, 4 of us, and drove down through Edmonton, Calgary, into Montana, Great Falls, I think it was. And 3 of the other guys lived on the East Coast. They kept driving. And I took a Greyhound bus from Great Falls to Seattle, and then back to my hometown. And from there, I went to Goodfellow Air Force Base, also in Texas, for an NCO school, which is a non-commissioned officer, for 2 weeks, I think it was. And then the friend that drove down the Alcan with in the Corvair, he and I drove back to his hometown in Lackawanna, New York, which is near Buffalo. Spent a week there with him and his family. Then we took a train from there down to Charleston, South Carolina, where we had a plane to catch for Pakistan, which was my last tour of duty, 15 months. It's a Muslim country, very poor, very backward. One thing I really enjoyed there was we had it wasn't a base, it was called a station, Air Force Station. They didn't have any airplanes or anything like that there. So. And the best part about that, it was nice and warm in the summertime. They had an Olympic-sized pool for GIs. I did a lot of swimming. And when I left there 15 months later, I was probably as dark as the Pakistanis.
Had a good tan.
Yes.
Were you married?
No, I was single the whole time.
But I mean, have you ever been married?
Yes.
I guess you don't have a wedding ring, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I've been married and divorced.
Where did you meet your wife?
First wife, I've been married twice. First wife was after I got back from the service. She was from the hometown was North Pennsylvania, Washington. Married 1969 and divorced in '73. Also, I guess, because of the divorce and all that, I had a drinking problem, which I acquired in Pakistan. And I guess you might say I became an alcoholic in Pakistan, and I brought it home with me.
Did you and her have any children?
No.
Well, that's a good thing.
That was a good thing, yes.
And then, what was her name?
Sherry.
Sherry.
Yeah.
So then, when did you give it another try?
1974. That was after I got out of service. I went to junior college for a couple of years, commuted from my parents' home. Then I went to school in Central Washington, University in Ellensburg, Washington. Got a teaching degree. And my first job from there was in New Mexico, Gallup, and that's where I met my second wife. She was also a teacher, first year teacher. She was second grade, I was sixth grade. So, got married in Gallup, New Mexico in May. And then we took a drive around the United States for the summer, because we had summer off, of course. And we drove from New Mexico to Snoqualmie, Washington, meet my parents, because they'd never met her. And then from there, we went to the World's Fair in Spokane, '74. Then we went to Missoula was the next stop. Visited a high school friend who was going to college there. Then we went to Yellowstone. Went to Minnesota, visited relatives, aunts and uncles from back east. Went to through Canada, down through New York, and back to her parents' place in New Jersey. She was from New Jersey. And took side trips from there. Went up to West Point in New York, U.S. Army school. And went to Massachusetts, up through the East Coast, went down through Carolinas, went down to, she had a grandparents that lived in Florida, so went to Florida, Orlando. Went over to New Orleans, back up and through Oklahoma to some a teacher who we were teachers with. He was home for the summer in Oklahoma. Then we went back and had our first child in '75. And then it was either go back to school to get fifth year as a teacher certificate, keep that up to date, or do something else. And I had taken an accounting course at night school when I was teaching, and I really liked it, so I actually got accepted for an MBA program at Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff, which is kind of close, just across the border from Arizona or New Mexico. And so I went back to school for another 2 years, got an accounting degree. And from that, got my first job in Phoenix. Worked for the state for, I don't know, about 9 months. And did a lot of traveling, and I don't know, I didn't like the job too well, so I had a friend call me from Anchorage that they were hiring for the Internal Revenue Service in Anchorage. And so I applied for that and got that. I moved to Anchorage, Alaska in '78, I guess it was. Got married in '75.
So I have two questions I'm going to ask about your family, but just because I'm curious. Have you been to every state?
50 of them, yeah.
It's like your drive. It felt like you named a lot of them. So I was like, I think he's been to all 50. And then what was your rank in the Air Force when you retired?
E5 Staff Sergeant.
Staff Sergeant.
Yeah.
So you said you had your first child in '75. And so how many children do you have?
4.
4 children. So tell me about them.
2 girls. My oldest was a girl of 75. The daughter came in Anchorage in 1979. She lives here in Coeur d'Alene still.
Good.
And 2 boys after that. Christopher in '81 and Brandon in '84. Well, those 3 were born in Anchorage, Alaska. And my oldest daughter lives in Boston. My 2 sons, one son lives in Lewiston.
Nice.
He's a full-time Army National Guard person. My youngest son lives in Spokane Valley. Like I said, my other daughter lives in Coeur d'Alene.
So just the one in Boston took off. Everybody else is pretty close.
Yes.
I go to Lewiston a lot. People think it's so far, but it's a quick drive.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah, not bad at all. I'm going this weekend for the rodeo, so we go down a lot. How'd you feel when you found out you were going to be a dad for the first time?
Very excited.
Yeah, always wanted kids.
Yes.
And did you know you wanted to have a big family?
Yes. I guess 4 nowadays is big.
Yeah, compared to 7 and 9, it's not big, but yeah, it seems like a big family to me. What were some of the vacations you took your kids on?
Hawaii was the first one. We took a lot of trips to New Jersey, back to my wife's parents' place. And Hawaii was the first trip that we took. There were 3 of us then. The 4th one wasn't born yet. That was 1983. The Hawaii trip, I remember. Like I said, a lot of trips back east to my wife's parents' place.
Did your boys like football like you did?
My oldest son did.
Was your dad still alive when he was born?
My dad died in '84.
Okay.
My oldest son got to meet him, but he wasn't. My dad was not alive when he was older. So.
They didn't get to share football.
Correct.
Yeah. What about your mom? Did she get to meet your kids?
Yes.
Oh, good.
She was 80, almost 85 when she died.
Very nice. So you worked as an accountant for the IRS?
Yeah.
And did you like that?
Yes, I did.
And so is that what you retired from?
Yes.
So that was in Alaska. Did you move closer here or did you retire in Alaska?
No, I got transferred from Anchorage to Coeur d'Alene.
Oh, okay. I was wondering how you ended up here. So did the kids go to school here?
Yes. Well, my oldest graduated from Coeur d'Alene High School. My youngest daughter graduated from Lake City.
Oh, okay.
And my 2 boys went to Lake City, but they didn't graduate, neither of them, so, from high school. But they both got their GEDs. And my youngest son, who quit high school as a senior, got his GED, then he went to Boise State and got a degree, so.
High school just wasn't his thing.
Wasn't his thing, or my other son.
Well, some people don't love it. So, what advice would you give your children or your grandchildren about work?
I'm not quite sure I know.
If you don't, that's like I said. These are just like questions to like give you, conversation ideas. You've had some good stories without me asking you very much. Because like one, it says name some of your adventures. You drove all over the country. So what was your favorite adventure? What's the favorite thing you ever did?
Probably the driving around the country.
With the guy friends?
No, I guess with my wife after we got married and took that trip around the United States.
When you were the teachers on the summer break?
Yeah.
That is a bonus of being a teacher.
Exactly.
What are some of the happiest moments of your life?
Having children.
Yeah. What are some of your funniest memories that your kids did?
Can't think of anything offhand.
You are totally fine. So, how would you like to be remembered? What would you like people to say about you?
I'm a good person.
Kayla says you're a good golfer.
I like to play golf, yeah.
Did you do that your whole life, or is that a retirement aspiration?
I did that probably since getting out of the service.
So most of your life.
Yeah, most of my life.
Do you have any regrets?
Drinking too much, I guess, at one time.
When did that stop? You said that you brought that back with you from Afghanistan. Did you get that under control?
Yes, I went to AA, and I've been sober for a little over 27 years now, so.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good for you. It's a hard one. Okay, so the last couple of questions are words of wisdom. So, what do you think the world needs more of right now?
Kindness.
That is a very important one. What do you want most for your grandchildren?
Happiness and good lives.
Can't ask for much more than that.
No.
Do you have anything else you would like to tell me?
I can't think of anything.
Okay. I'll be here all day. So if you think of something, I'm going to leave for a little bit at lunch, but I'm going to come back. I'm doing some other interviews. So if you think of something you want us to add, that's totally fine. Okay.
My first job in grade school, I was 12 years old. I was a pin setter at a local bowling alley. Made 10 cents a game. I used to walk from elementary school downtown to go to the bowling alley where we had 4 lanes is all. No, 8 lanes, I'm sorry. And Mr. Carmichael was the owner of the place. And I remembered it because they used to send you Social Security wages a long time ago, every year. Well, it was 1956, and I made $300 some or something for that time there. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Mr. Whitson was my 7th and 8th grade teacher. He was my favorite teacher. Kind of inspired me to go into teaching. And my high school jobs, I had a paper route, 8th and 9th grade, for a couple of years there. Also, my last 2 years, my junior and senior year in high school, I pumped gas at a Texaco gas station. After the Air Force, I worked at Boeing Company in Renton, Washington for a year. Just enough so I earned, get paid for sick leave for a year. And then I went to college, a junior college, Green River Community College in Auburn, Washington. And then after that, I went to work for St. Regis Lumber Company in Issaquah, Washington. I was called a tallyman. You make up lumber orders for outgoing shipments to different companies. And then I went to, after that, I went to college in Ellensburg, Washington. Central Washington State College at the time it was called. Got a Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education. Then I went to New Mexico to teach. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, because then you and your wife went around on...
A nice vacation.
Yep, that very nice vacation.
The year we got married, right? Or no, yeah. The year we got married in 1974. Also, my second wife's name was Kathy. She's the mother of my 4 children.
I I don't know if we did say her name.
No, we did. We said my first wife's name, I think.
I'm glad you brought that up because we talked about her a lot, but I don't. Yeah, you are correct. We didn't say her name.
Yeah, Kathy. What else? And I taught for 3 years in New Mexico. And I think I told you that. And I went back to college and went back to Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff.
Mm-hmm.
Went there for 2 years. Got a Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. And then I went to work for the state in Phoenix. And then from there I went to IRS in Anchorage, Alaska. And sometime when I was going to college, I worked as a tree planter, putting trees in the ground, and also a tree thinner, cutting trees to thin out the forest for a Weyerhaeuser company. After I retired from the IRS in 1995, and then I took a few years off, got bored, and I went to work for 15 years for a CPA firm in Hayden, Idaho. McCall and Landwehr was their name. And I did that for 15 years till 2014, and I finally decided to stop working. And that's pretty much then I came here. Not really, but I came here in 2022.
Well, I am glad that you had me stop back by.